Very gently. Obviously, if Belle was moving, I wouldn't keep going. I'm going to go in both directions, and I'm just drawing a line under her eye. A line between the eyes. Her mum keeps her really neat at home, so there's not a lot coming off. The handling changes when we go over to this side, so my arm's going across. It's okay. And again, just using the tip of my blade, like putting on eyeliner, running along the bottom of her eye and going in both directions, because the hair actually does swirl. When we're clipping the face, we're working against the grain. And then with the body, we're working with the grain. So the grain is growing backwards on her nose, so I'm coming forwards here. We do take the whiskers off, very, very gently. If Belle was moving, I would pause. I have got a hold of her face and she is feeling relaxed. I'm now going to do a line from the corner of her eye to the corner of her ear, and again, using the clippers like we were with the eyeliner, and I'm just using the edge and I'm drawing a line from the corner of the eye to the corner of the ear, taking off all the hair in front of the ear to encourage airflow. We'll talk about ears a bit later. Very gentle on the cheek. This is where you will get clipper rash if you're too rough. I go with the grain on the cheeks just to be safe. I'm now going to create a line from the corner of the ear to the throat. Now there'll be a little bump in here. I call it the Adam's apple. It's actually not an Adam's apple, but there's a part of the neck that has a little bump sticking out. We clip down to that point. Again, gentle on the neck. It can rash up. Change my handling to reach over. With your Belle. Open up the ear. Gentle on the cheek. And then a line down to there. Now, lips are a little bit tricky. Make sure that your blade's not hot. They do heat up. I'm actually going to change that. I just want to make sure that the blade is cold on Belle's face because I haven't trimmed her before. I don't know if she's sensitive to clipper rash, so I'll just work with a cold blade to be sure. Now, using my thumb, I'm going to stretch out Belle's lip gently. This is called the flue, this little piece of skin that tucks around the tooth. I'm going to make sure that I clear out the flue. And just going against the grain on the lip very, very gently, holding the clippers very lightly, making sure that it's a cold blade. Belle's very experienced. Clipping out the flue. Okay. Good girl. Now, I'm just going to put some powder on her face now that I've clipped that. So this is where the Curash baby powder comes into the picture. So this is cornstarch with zinc oxide. I'm just going to rub it on my hands. Now this will soothe Belle's skin and make sure that she doesn't get a rash. I was very gentle with her, but because I haven't groomed her before, and the area to concentrate on is the cheek. Thank you. Because that's where clipper rash happens. Okay, so that's how you clip a poodle face. Okay, poodle feet. Always use your number 10 for poodle feet. Poodles have got webbed feet, so there's, it's a dynamic area, very, very gentle. I'm just going from the front of the toenails back to the second knuckle. I'll take this hair off and show you where the second knuckle is. The second knuckle, it's something that you can feel with your finger, and it's the hinge that the foot sits on. So when the dog stands up, the leg goes down and the foot hinges out on the second knuckle. So that's where we stop clipping there. You can feel it with your thumb. This is the first knuckle here and the second knuckle there. Okay, so with my 10, I've cleared off the top. We've gone to the second knuckle. The second knuckle also lines up with the back pad. Around like that. Now, holding the clippers really light like a pencil, I'm going to wrap the hair from around, gather it all from around the nail. I'm going to go in with my clippers, but I'm not going to push back into the dog's foot. I'm going to go on top. Because there is webbing there, I don't want to push back into the webbing. So I'll just do that again. Gather the hair around the nail and then come from the top. Go down, not pushing back into... It's okay. Good girl, Belle. Now, poodles are always sensitive with their front feet. They find their back feet a little bit easier to deal with, so you'll find your dog will move a little bit. They're not in pain, it's just ticklish. It's okay. It's okay, Belle. And Belle doesn't know me, so it's okay. Good girl. Good girl. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, next I'm going to tidy up the pads underneath the foot. This V section in here is the pads. Pads are where a dog will get debris. And also matting will roll up in there if you don't keep these pads clear. The pads enable the dog to grip onto the ground, so it's a very, very important part of their maintenance to make sure that all of these pads can contact the ground. And we'll just clip a little bit up here. And what you should see, if the pads are clear, you should see a teddy bear shape. So there's the teddy bear's face with 2 ears and 2 arms and 2 legs. If you can't see a part of the teddy bear, that's a part of the dog's foot that they can't use to grip onto the ground. So just make sure that you can see the full bottom, and that's a finished foot.